Hello, Did you just say a bad word? Rebecca.
You said it in the video. Exactly, you said it in the video. Yeah. You said it in the video.
I read it.
Yeah, but still.
It doesn't matter.
Rebecca Duplessis just said a bad word.
Wait, at least it wasn't the F word, you know?
Do you say that?
No. She does. She does. She cusses all the time. She's bad.
She got me dead.
Yeah.
That is so beautiful. Let me pause this because... Okay, everybody go to class.
Hi.
Hello, 6th graders. It's me, Miss James. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to start this video because I'm going to run out of time. If I don't, I can't wait for them to go to class. Oh, this is a beautiful card.
You can't wait.
Oh. No, I can't wait to start the video.
I was going to find out one.
That's a beautiful one.
I was going to find out one that said
I don't know what the page number is. If she could... There is no page number, but if you could get to chapter 3, that would be amazing. If you can't tell, I probably look like it. I still don't feel that well. I have a little bit of a headache still, but I'm going to still read this to you guys. Go to class. You cusser. Go to class. Yes.
I'm not a cusser.
No, you're not. You are saved and sanctified and filled with the Holy Ghost.
She said that once before.
Me?
I still haven't started. It's a minute in. Chapter 3, skipping a generation. Do you guys know what it means to skip a generation? It means like, okay, let me give you an example. You're going to need to know this. So my grandmother, my granny, she had twins, okay? And they always say that twins skip a generation. So her children, none of her children had twins. Even one of her girls married a twin. But they didn't have twins. But twins skipped a generation. So what that means is that in Granny's generation, she had a twin. Her kids didn't. That's the generation that it skipped. And then guess who had twins? Me, my generation. Emma, Denise, Diane, James. Go to class.
Yeah, Hezekiah, come on. Here's my class.
Hezekiah. Go to class.
Hezekiah, that needs James. Come on.
All right, here we go. Hezekiah, Lamondre, James, go to class. I just need to start this whole video over. Okay, I just need like one nap before I finish. Okay, here we go. Chapter 3, skipping a generation. Now you know what skipping a generation means. All right. Make sure you look at the pictures, okay? Rise and shine. It's an exciting day for you, Ja. The room was covered in green tinted wallpaper and wall-to-wall green carpeting. That is how our houses used to look. Green was my grandmother's favorite color. This had been Steve's bedroom. Once he left for college, my grandparents had the room done over for Shirley to live in. She often reminded me of that over the years. Not in a mean way, just in a Shirley kind of way. Yeah, this was going to be my room, but I wanted you to have it. In case you were wondering why everything is green, that's why I mention it. I just want to stay home. You're going to love preschool. You'll make lots of friends. I don't want to go. I know, kiddo, but it's important that you go to school. You like to draw, right? You'll get to draw all the time. I continued to save the marshmallows for the last few bites. Come on now, finish your cereal, and I'll drop you off before I have to go into the shop. Here's one thought that's come into my mind, 6th graders. His grandparents, so far, I haven't noticed them to be brash, rude, or anything like that. So let's see. Oh, sorry. I looked at the camera and I thought I wasn't recording, but I am. Look at the pictures, though. You see his grandfather here smoke cigarettes. That was, we didn't know that really wasn't that healthy back then. And then the wall-to-wall color carpet. Right now, carpet's usually like a cream color. My mother-in-law, her walls were painted light purple. And her floors, her carpets were dark purple. Horrendous. Hello.
You know what page I am on?
Nylasia is way further than the rest of us.
I'm
She
on
has
123.
You go, girl. She's read a little bit further ahead than the rest of us. Okay, let's keep going. Let's turn the page. This video is so unhinged. What is that? What do you have in that bag? Snacks?
It's juice.
Oh, okay.
But it kept on.
Page 70.
She, Nicky Haley stopped her. It said that skirt is a dress. Skirt, not a dress.
Okay, thank you. Okay, class. We are all going to draw our families. It's important for us to celebrate our mommies and daddies at home who take care of us. Oh, wow, look at the pictures. So you can see if you look at that picture that Jared is kind of like, well, what are you drawing? Well, what do I don't know? He doesn't really know what to draw. Yes, Jared? But I don't have a mom or a dad at home. Oh. Well, surely you have somebody at home who takes care of you. Well, then draw them. Oh, so he draws them. Look at his face with his little tongue out. Let's go to page 72. Oh, it's so precious. Life on Brookline Street soldiered on. Now with a little kid in the mix, after raising 5 children, Joe and Cheryl had been getting ready to be empty nesters. Their youngest 2, Holly and Lynn, were growing into their teens, and high school graduation was in sight for both girls. Then they're saddled with this young kid. It didn't seem to faze them all that much. They seemed to live as they always had. Shirley would take care of the house during the day and watch her stories and game shows. I still love you, Frisco. I just can't handle the lies. For Christ's sake, she should have left him years ago. Did anybody's grandparents used to watch the stories? Mine did. And I did too. Okay, so now, Bob, I'm going to guess that cost $250. I'll go with Bob. $251, Bob. So, she's watching The Price is Right. Did you guys know that show? Have you guys ever heard of that? I'm teaching you all about these old things. Jesus, I don't like saying that, so I'm just going to say Jesus. Jesus, I hate when they do that. That should be against the rules. Since you guys freaked out so much when I read a cuss word yesterday, I'm not going to read it today. Every morning, Joe would head to Simtech to work on the machines there. The factory he'd founded back in 1955 was still standing. They now manufactured these little ball valves that my grandfather actually helped to invent. Every morning before he left for work, he would lift the bangs from my forehead and kiss me. From the outside, it looked fairly idyllic. Idyllic means like it looked like a really good, like, wow, that's a nice home, nice family. All right, but some nights Joe wouldn't come home at the end of the day, and Shirley and I would eat in silence. Then the front door would open and the smell of alcohol would fill the house. I'm home. You said you were just working a few minutes late. I was, but then I stopped off for a quick nightcap. I've been sitting here worried sick. Well, excuse me. Some nights my grandparents would fight, and it was scary, and it was bad. But it was nothing like the fights they used to get into, or so I was told. Nobody ever drew blood. Let's go upstairs and read a story, Ja. So his grandparents used to fight, maybe when his mom was a kid. This is interesting. Nightmares continued to haunt my nights. Hold on. My grandparents would tell me later that there were many mornings when they found me asleep just outside their door. Aww. Because he was having nightmares at night. This headache is getting to me. I can't even wear a ponytail. Okay. Aw. Why do you think that he was asleep outside their door? Next page. Oh, okay, it looks like they're going somewhere. He says, are you excited to see your mother? Uh-huh. I still think this is a rotten idea. The boy should see his mother. I just don't trust her. It's Christmas time. I was never told much about anything in those early days. I didn't understand what this place was where my mother was living. You guys have an idea of where she was living? Hey, kiddo. I missed you. You've gotten so big. I have a present for you. What is it? Well, you have to wait a little later to find out. Hi, Pa. Hi, Mom. Hi, Les. It's good to see you. Thank you all for joining us. We are so proud of the progress your loved ones have made here at Spectrum House. Please join us for a family dinner in the dining area. Hi, Ma. Excuse me. Look at the pictures. How do you think her mom is feeling about all this? If you look at her face and all these pictures, you can really infer how the mom is feeling. I treasured that time with my mother. I hadn't seen her in so long. At the end of the day, I thought my mother would be coming home with us. I'm sorry, Ja, but I have to stay here. It's just for a little while, though. Then I'll be home again. You'll see. Oh, don't cry now. I didn't even give you my gift. Do you like it? He's going to need a name. I'll name him Snow Cone because he's a polar bear. And that makes perfect sense to me. I love you so much. I want you to come home with us. Come on now, Jared. It's getting late. Come on, pal. We'll see your mom again soon. Oh, he's crying so hard for his mom. But look at the grandma. She's very irritated. That's interesting. All right, when you don't see your mom much, you treasure anything that she gives you. That is true. That is very true. Let me tell you guys, 6th graders, I was reading a book about a girl whose mom had left her when she was young, and she had run into her mom, and the girl was like a teenager, and she was working at, she was waitressing, and the mom's meal came to I don't know, $9.25. And so the mom gave her a $10 bill. It's something like that. And she had 75 cents left, which is 3/4. And she left that for her as a tip and just said, here, you can keep this. And then the mom left. And the girl, she treasured those 3/4 because she said that when she held them, they still felt warm from her mom. And that's just a really true thing, that when your mom gives you something, especially if she doesn't give you much, you treasure what she does give you so well. All right, Snow Cone was the closest thing that I had to her. I treated that bear like it was real, like it had feelings. I dressed him up in clothes that I grew out of. I kept him by me at all times. We were like Christopher Robin and Winnie the Pooh, but instead of the 100-acre woods, we had the empty lot next to our house. But I don't want to go to a new school. Preschool is over now. You get to go to Gates Lane. You'll love it. I don't know anyone there. You'll make so many new friends. Now get in the car. You don't have a choice. Okay. Hey, Officer Daly. Hey, Joe. Another kid coming to Gates Lane, huh? Yeah. Doing it all over again. Have a good day, Jared. I love you. I love you too. Come on, young man. You'll like it here. All of Joe and Cheryl's kids had gone to Gates Lane, It went all the way through 8th grade, so Lynn and Holly had only left a few years prior to my arrival in kindergarten. It was an old building built in the late 1800s. The school library was in the basement across from the cafeteria, well, the kitchen. There was no actual cafeteria to eat in, so we ate in our classrooms. The art room was up in the attic. I heard, and I don't know if this is true, I need to look this up, that years ago, teachers used to cook the food for their kids, for their students. So you would have your class, and then you would make their lunches and stuff like that. That would actually be fun. I would think that would be really fun to do. Like, I could go down and cook you guys like some tacos, walking tacos with cheese and sour cream and lettuce and tomatoes and guacamole or whatever you like, and then like a drink to go with it. That would be great. Okay, sorry. Stay focused, Miss James. Page 89. I had some great teachers there, like Mrs. James, my first grade teacher who smelled like perfume. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Just kidding. And Mrs. Roy, my second grade teacher who smelled like cigarettes and a mimeograph paper. I didn't play sports at all, so come recess, I was a loner. Page 90. I thought at that point in my life that my mother would be back home, but she never did return. She wasn't talked about much around the house. There would be phone calls from her once in a great while. Mostly she'd write. She was an incredibly talented artist. She'd make her own cards and draw my favorite cartoon characters. We had this thing where we would go back and forth. I'd request a cartoon from her, and then she'd request it back from me. I didn't know where the letters and drawings were going to. My grandfather would take them and mail them for me. Oh, that's cute. Wednesday, it says, so I'm going to read the mom's note over there. It says, hey, kiddo, here's your Donald Duck. Before I forget, you can draw me Woodstock or a Smurf. Nothing new to write about. I'm starting a typing class next week. I don't like typing, but maybe I'll find a new job that will make me rich. Your hair must be getting pretty light from the sun. There's not much to say right now. Plus, it's almost 1 a.m. and I'm pretty tired. So even though this is a very short letter, I'm sending it along with the picture. I'll be talking to you probably before you get this letter anyway. I love you and miss you a lot. Love, Mom. Here's another one. Dear Jarrett, how you doing, buddy? How's your cold? Better, I hope. You said your favorite colors are red and black, so here they are. I'm okay, and by the way, your letter was great. So was the picture of Rusty. Glad to hear you're doing so well in school. How are you doing with your new scooter? Tell me more about it. Are you still working on your computer? Well, kiddo, let me go get this in the mail. I'll write a longer letter real soon, okay? Love you lots, Mommy. My mom didn't even come around for my birthdays. It's sad. She never came by when Grandma would bake a lasagna and Joe would pick up an ice cream cake from the caravel down the street. Joey was always there with his wife, Diane, and Stephen with his wife, Melissa. Holly and Lynn never missed one of these family dinners. But I always felt the void that Leslie's absence created. A void means like I felt like something was missing. A void means that even though I had all these people around me, I could feel the absence of someone. And for him, it was his mother. Page 94. There was this one birthday party my mom threw for me, though. She just turned up unannounced one day and took me out. But Mom, it's June. It isn't even anywhere near my birthday. Just go with it. I never get to be around for any of these things. Besides, Grandma and Grandpa never throw you a party with any of your friends. She was right. With my birthday being so close to Christmas, Joe and Cheryl just didn't see the point, so we called some of the kids in my class. Is this the birthday boy? Well, actually, it sure is. Right, kiddo? Great. Come on this way. Your guest should be arriving any moment, I'm sure. Happy birthday to me. You guys want to know a secret that me and my daughter did over Christmas break? Is we went to the Melting Pot restaurant. Gosh, my voice is sounding so crusty right now. We went to the Melting Pot and we pretended that it was her birthday. And so they sang to her And it was just fun because she always shares her birthday with her brother. So we pretended it was her birthday, and it was just really, really fun. I don't think you should do it all the time, but it was a fun thing to do. And it was not her birthday at all. It says it was all a lie, but I had to admit it. It was a lot of fun. This fake McDonald's birthday party, it's the only party that I ever had with friends throughout my entire childhood. Aww. And it was really nice having my mom there. I liked being